Hello, welcome to today's tutorial. We are going to look at website development using WordPress, and we are going to work offline. Therefore, we shall need a localhost server. All right. Briefly about WordPress. Why WordPress? Yeah, it's a rising concern among many people who are coming up and say, hey, it's hard to do coding, to make a website. Well, WordPress has made it easy for users to make websites using the drag and drop and some other elements, right? So today we are going to focus on that, and the fact that WordPress is almost taking half, it's dominating the market. If you look at the websites, total websites created, you realize that WordPress has taken about 43%. So this gives us a concern, and we thought that by making this video could help ease some life for developers like Uganda, even students. So for today we are going to focus on that, and looking at having this done for PMM girls, that is in Ginger. So WordPress is actually good because it's user friendly. Unlike the HTML pages, websites that require a lot of thinking and coding. All right. So today I present to you WordPress, and we are going to have this for a couple of hours or less. It may be an hour, 2 or less. Okay. So we shall go get started. Additionally, we may have to break this into 2 sessions so that it can be easy to find for those who maybe want to watch how to open a XAMPP server, how to install a XAMPP server, how to create databases, that they can find it, not that they have to wait until the video ends. So we're going to break it into 2, and let's get started. Well, about me, my name is Matsanga Isaac, and I am a web developer and graphics designer, as well as ICT trainer at Kawa. Now Kawa is not coffee. Kawa is Kisubi Associated Writers Agency. Kisubi Associated Writers Agency. And that's my website. You can reach me at isaacmats.com, and the emails below and the telephone contact. Okay, away from that, we get to Kawa, because I cannot talk about myself and forget Kawa. Kawa is the mother hosting me. Okay, so Kawa is basically Kisubi Associated Writers Agency, and we are always in this mission of supporting schools. Supporting schools through technology and capacity building, and that's what we do. And we also have a vision, which is to make the greatest impact possible to the life chances of learners by working with educators across the country to ensure that they're trained, empowered, and supported to be the very best. All right. And our location, you can always find us at Umasho Grounds, that's Lugogo, on the 2nd floor at Little Rees Building, and the box numbers are below, and the email address, and also the website for Kawa. Okay, so that's briefly about Kawa. And you may not find all staff in the office, because like it is supporting schools through technology and capacity building, we are not in office. We have to make sure that we reach different schools. So that's how you can find us. But you can visit us at Omasho Grounds, and maybe find a few things by the members you'll find in office. Okay, back to the business for today. We are going to look at WordPress, and WordPress cannot stand alone, so it needs it works on a server. Basically, it has been working on servers, yeah, where we do hosting. By the way, at Kawa Uganda, we do hosting, yeah, domain name registration and all that related to hosting and website design and development. Okay. So getting to the session outline. Since WordPress works with servers, we also found a challenge that some village schools don't have internet throughout. So we thought of having something like making something that can be done anywhere. So we thought of having a localhost server. And today in this session, number one, we are going to learn how to install xampp server. So xampp is going to work as our local server, right? And B, we shall also be looking at how to create databases and user accounts on the local host. And then C, of number one, we shall also be looking at installing WordPress on the local server. Then two, we shall also be looking at website development in general using WordPress, and also installing themes like Astra, yeah, that's the most famous theme, and customizing the header. And you can see here menus include pages, posts and all that, blogs, yeah. So colors, layout, and then footer, right? Then C, we shall also be looking at how to save this website for offline storage or offline use. For instance, you're a student, you've done your work and you want to submit it for marking. How do you do that? Then lastly but not least, that is D, we shall be looking at migrating to online server. Yeah, if you have made your website offline, how do you migrate it to an online server? Okay, yeah, so that's basically what we are going to look at today, and we shall get straight away and begin. Okay, closing this, our first outline, I'll keep referring there, it says installing xampp. Okay, installing xampp server. So to install xampp server, we shall go to any web browser, and this I've chosen Microsoft Edge, yeah, and then you can type Google, right? Google, sir, you know, yeah, you type in Google. Google is a search engine that can bring you anything that you search. So after opening Google search engine, you can go there and then type xampp. Okay, xampp is XAMPP, yeah, xampp. You can see xampp is here. You can see xampp free download. All these softwares are free, so you can go and then download your xampp. Go to download. Okay, so you hit here to download. Okay, yeah, so they'll ask you to choose a variety. For Windows 7, yeah, so you go and then choose this 64-bit, and then you choose what you want, yeah. So on doing that, on downloading, you'll have your local host downloaded, yeah. So there are many versions right here. You go and then click the one for Windows, right? Okay, yeah, this is for Linux and this is for Windows. So if you're using Linux, you choose among these ones below, okay? And if you're using Windows like me, you choose this one, okay? Fine. Now, having done that, of course, you'll click on download, but I'm not going to download now because I already have them downloaded and they're on my computer. So after downloading, of course, you'll have to install them. Now, taking the assumption that I've downloaded, I'll come, and as you can see here, I downloaded it. It's here. So I go and then double click on it to open. Okay, yeah. So when it opens, and it will of course need permission from the admin to do this installation. So I'll go ahead and then I put my password as an admin to give it permission to install in my computer. Okay, yeah. So this is the simple step of installing XAMPP. All right. Yeah, it may take some little time, but you have to be patient. Okay, you have to be patient with it. Yeah, important, because an activated user account system functions possibly restricted with the SEA. Please provide C program. Okay, yeah. So you have to read through and then give the permission, and then click next, next. Read through. Yeah, it's going to folder C XAMPP. Okay, then you hit next and then select the folder. The selected folder is not empty. Okay, that selected folder is not empty, so you can choose. Okay, I think XAMPP was used here before, so I need to clear that folder first, and then I hit next. I choose English, and then I hit next. Yeah, so you have to sit back and wait for it. It requires some little patience on installing it, and so what you need to do is just sit back and then watch it install. That's how we install. Like, we are going through our session outline. We are handling how to install XAMPP server. It's as simple as that. The only thing which you're required of is some little patience, and yeah, some little patience to have the program installed. Okay, now as it is installing, I can talk about the servers. Okay, we have what we call online servers. Yeah, these servers are the ones where our websites are stored, and in case we are to do a website, we talked about opening or creating what we call a database. Now, database store information, and that information is stored somewhere on a server. So that's why here we are also bothering to have our offline server, because we are taking the assumption that we are in a place whereby there's no internet, but then we have to develop our website, maybe for examination or for the real world of work, and then later on you can publish it to the online server. Okay, so that's why we have improvised to use XAMPP. Okay, why did I choose XAMPP? Because the others like WAMP, like, yeah, there are many. So I chose XAMPP because it's user friendly. Okay, yeah, it's user friendly, and there's actually nothing much you need to do about it. Okay, so in our session, that's what we're actually going to look at. Okay, yeah, installing XAMPP server. Okay, and creating databases and then user accounts. You realize that without the server, which is up here, right, you cannot install the you cannot create the databases and also the user accounts. So it is very important, whatever time it may take, but you have to bear and then make sure that the server is installed. Now, secondly, about that, someone may think that every time we are going to do a website offline, we are going to install XAMPP. No, this is done once. Yeah, done once. So when you're going to when you're going to maybe design another website and you already have XAMPP installed on your computer, you simply go ahead. You don't need to download and install it again. No, it's already there. Like we shall see that in the next session after the download. All right. What else can I talk about? I think I can talk about the installation process. Okay. Web development. Yeah, I talked about this. Yeah, web development. Yeah, I can now utilize this time to go furthermore and talk a little bit more about it. Like I said, websites can be developed with HTML, right? And that's what we encourage people to. But there are people who need websites just maybe for advertising, and they don't do blogs. Okay, so you can use HTML and then do that, because if you're going to give them that website, trust me, they'll find it difficult to go and then keep updating every day, keep posting every day, keep blogging every day. Why? Because they may not understand the coding. Okay, but when we use WordPress, it makes it easy not only for the programmer or developer, but also the admin, the person you made the websites for. Like, they can install their own, they can put in their own photos, images, articles, and also they can do a number of things. Okay, yeah, they can to blog, write posts and then post by themselves, because actually these are the people in the field. Okay, so if the people in the field are going to give you photos and articles to write, actually as a developer you're going to have hard work. Okay, so that's why I've taken this initiative to make sure that I introduce WordPress to you. Okay, yeah, so that is it. It's going to have to make you get, like, the user is going to have a dynamic website whereby they can log in anytime and then enjoy the user interface. Okay, that is easy to use. All right. It has taken some much time, but that is it. So you have to endure, because it's you who wants the thing. Okay, so if you want the thing, you have to give it time. Like now, I want the thing to install so that I can use it. There's nothing, no shortcut. I have to just sit back, take a cup of coffee. All right, yeah, take some coffee and then chill to have it completed. All right, so that is it. Yeah, that's how we handle computers, because if the human being would say, "Why? What are you doing? What are you doing?" But that's the way to go. Okay. And also, I think I can use this moment to also talk about themes. Okay, this installing themes. Like I say, there are very many themes, but lately we are using Astra amongst others. Like, I'll tell you why we're using Astra, because it's easy. It's customized easily. Okay, and also customizing our headers and footers is made easy with Astra. Okay, so now those themes, you also get them right here. Okay, you get them at WordPress. Yeah, it's Word, that word. Yeah, okay, it's WordPress. Yeah, WordPress.org, right? Yeah, WordPress.org. All right. Yeah, WordPress.org. You find that there are plugins. I'm going to talk about this when we are doing the website. Themes, I'll talk about them, and also other things I also talk about the WordPress and how you can get it. Yeah. So basically that's what happens. Okay. I can close this because and then I get back to open my XAMPP. Okay, it's still installing. Yeah, it's creating an installer. Yeah, there we go at 75%. So there's nothing you can do about that other than sit back, take some cup of coffee, talk to a friend, and have it done. Because you can't jump, you can't fly over it. Okay. Now that's how we install the XAMPP. Okay, I would have skipped this step, but I realized it's very important to show like more so students of the ICT clubs to know where they can get the XAMPP and to know where how to install it. Yeah, when you reach this level, you just click the finish, and then you will have your XAMPP server finished and then installed. All right. Okay. Now, since our XAMPP has finished installing, and from our session outline, we talked about installing the server, XAMPP server, and we also talked about creating databases and then user accounts on local server. Okay. Now, this is what we are going to do. I think I can close this out and then I open it afresh. Now, since we have since we have the local host in our system, okay, so I'm just going to get there and then click. Okay, I click. You can find on the start menu, you can find that it is here. All right, so already there, XAMPP control panel. I click on it. Yeah. Now we are going to look at how to create databases and then user accounts. All right. So when this opens up, you are now inside the server, okay? The XAMPP server, where you want to store your website, where you want to keep your data, right? That other people can see, okay? If it was online anyway. Now here, to use XAMPP, you're going to come to action here, and then you choose this is called Apache. You start Apache, then MySQL you also start. Okay, yeah, you can get access to this. Yeah, being the first time, so it will always ask that to allow access. So okay, so I said you click Apache to start, and also MySQL. By doing that, okay, I will still allow access and then put the admin password, and then I allow. Okay, yeah, that's what happens if you're using if you have just installed it, but later on if you open it, it will not ask you for that. Okay, now you realize that we have opened Apache and MySQL. Okay, now the next thing is to go to admin. Okay, admin. So you're now entering the host. You're entering the server. Okay. If it's online, you see something like control, file manager, like what, create account, just as you see this, but just there's a small difference. Okay. Now here you come to user. Okay. User. Okay. You realize that we have no users here. Okay. Database, we have no database. Okay, so you come to user first, because we can create a database and the user at the same time, so it saves time to do it at once than first creating a database, then we go to user. So when you click here on users, you come below here, there's what we call add a new user. Okay, so you click on that and you leave it to load. It has opened. Okay, now who is the user? Okay, username, I can maybe call this PMM. Yeah, PMM girls, right? Girls school, something like that. And then okay, let me just call it PMM because I want to avoid hyphens and what. Then I come to here, password. Come here, yeah, host name, you can leave it to any host. And then here I come and type password. I think I can use the simplest, yeah, but we are advised to use strong passwords, not the weak ones. But for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use a weak password. Okay, yeah, so I come here and then put a password. Let me use this. I'm using host, yeah, host, small h, host at, okay, at PMM. So all are small letters. You can even click here to view what you've written. So that's my password for this. Yeah, it is weak, okay, but when you're generating a password, you're advised to use strong passwords. Okay, so I come back here and then type the same password. I put host at PMM. Okay, you can even also click to view it. It's there. And then if you want to use the system generated password, you don't need to fill in here. You just come here and click generate. You see, it is strong password. Okay, those are strong passwords, but they're complicated. This is now the password. All right, that's now the password which has been generated for you. But in case you want to keep it calm, though it's not advised, you can go and then get, go back to your password, which is host at PMM. It is weak, of course, but you want to remember it easily. Probably for one or two reasons, you go and then retype host at PMM. Okay, now after doing that, you come, of course, you scroll down. Okay, and then you choose. Now you see the area for database. Now here we've been creating a user. Now we are going to database. Okay, so they say database for user, create a database with some name and grant all privileges. You say yes. Okay, meaning your database has the same name as the user. Okay, now we also get here, they say grant all privileges. You also click that. Okay, now the next important part is below here. Remember, we are looking at how to create databases and user accounts on a local server. And then now here you find out that there is all this information. So what you do, you just check all. Okay, check all. You can see all have been checked, and then you still scroll down and then you click go. All right, good. As you can see, you have added a new user, right? And that is what we actually wanted. Okay, yeah, so that's all we wanted. That's the way we open or we create databases and also users in local server. If you click on databases, yeah, you see that our database is here, PMM is here. Okay, yeah, and account users, we still have user accounts, we still have PMM here, and all privileges granted. Okay, so that's how we open or how we create accounts. Okay, now you can still add as many accounts and databases as possible. You just have to go to add, do the same, repeat the same process like we did, and then you create your account. All right, now that is done.